What's happening, YouTube? My name is Lion December, and I want to do this straight off the dome, no script. Just kind of get into my thoughts about Alkiji versus Zoro. We all know Alkiji was a former admiral compared to the likes of Akainu, Green Bull, and the rest of the admirals. And Zoro, who is the vice captain on Luffy's ship. Now, shout out to King of Lightning. Shout out to one of the people I was having a debate with in the comment section under Shonen Jump's video, where they talked about, some fighters going up against each other, how it would turn out. And what struck to me was how people downplay some of Zoro's feats. And I want to, kind of put a magnifying glass on King of Lightning's video that he dropped today, actually, where he kind of, he put up Law versus Zoro and claimed that Law washes Zoro because of Law's feats, where he's at in the story, and his devil fruit power. And kind of downplayed the fact that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki and isn't as durable as some other characters. So where I want to kind of put my 2 cents in, and feel free to combat what I say in the comment section, is that let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So now, Zoro has one of the ultimate feats. I'm not going to say ultimate, but he has a huge feat where on the rooftop in Wano, he had a name attack that scared the likes of Big Mom and told Kaido to dodge. And as we know, Kaido isn't the one to dodge many attacks, and I believe that is the first attack he dodged on the rooftop, and later on as the fight progressed, he dodged more, mostly from Luffy. So now, this named attack, of course, mostly charged with Odin's Haki, with Emma, his new blade that he obtained. So we can argue that that attack was mostly charged from Odin. Regardless, Zoro is the one wielding the sword, pouring his Haki into the sword, unleashing Odin's Haki within the sword, and ultimately committing the attack. Committing or using the attack. Now, that attack brought awareness to Kaido that, oh snap, that is Odin's sword. And it kind of put fear into Kaido in that moment, and he dodged it. He dodged the attack, plain and simple. Until this day, we will never know how lethal that attack could have been, because Kaido dodged it. So we kind of have to leave that there. But in the grand scheme of things, that is a feat, because at that point in time, Kaido is not known to dodge attacks. So now let's bring it over to Alkiji. Alkiji is an amazing fighter. We recently seen him fight in Egghead against Garp, and of course he has many feats in the story, going back all the way to post time skip. But let's stick to Egghead, where he fought the Blackbeard pirates. Now, I believe that he did have Blackbeard in a checkmate, and he pretty much no-diffed the entire crew, other than Blackbeard and a couple of other ones like Katarina Devon, Shiryu, and maybe I think it was Lafitte. So Blackbeard in that moment couldn't attack with his Quake Fruit because he would have killed some of his crewmates, and hence why I say Alkiji had him in a checkmate. Now, do I believe that Kuzan in that moment could have took out the whole Blackbeard pirates? No. Many will argue otherwise. I believe that it's just common sense that not only does Blackbeard have the Yami Yami no Mi, but he also has the Quake fruit. Two very important fruits. One where it takes the power of other devil fruits and gives him multiple or a good variety of attacks to where he emulates a black hole, a vortex. Now the Quake fruit, the one I want to hone in on, is specifically is a not a good fruit to go against if I'm Alkiji or I'm Kuzan, because it just causes earthquakes. So he can break the ice, he can damage Kuzan, and ultimately he can come out of that battle on top. Not easily, but on top. Now let's go back to Zoro. Zoro is a primarily a swordsman. No devil fruits, just swords, 3-sword style. If we flash back to Marineford, where Mihawk had the feat of slashing through a tsunami that was frozen by Kuzan, cut it clean in half. Now, can we argue that isn't a attack that was aimed at Kuzan? No, you can't argue that. It was clearly aimed at just, you know, a tsunami of ice, frozen. Just, you know, I can't off the top of my head right now as I'm recording this think of why he cut the ice, but he did it. It was a flex. Everybody looked at him like, wow, like, and mind you, that ice was nothing to scoff at. It was completely frozen, thick too. No diddy. And Mihawk casually cut through this block of ice. So I don't see why Zoro wouldn't be able to get past some of Kuzan's attacks with not only his sword style, but with his haki. And I wanna say this. I meant to say this in the beginning of the video, that I don't believe by any means Zoro beats Kuzan. But to say that he is not a worthy competitor right now, or to say that he wouldn't be able to, you know, hold Kuzan back or push Kuzan to where he has to actually take the fight serious compared to in the post time skip, he was walking past these guys, freezing them without even blinking. It's like Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren. Remember how he just walked past them and then Jiren looked back and just got hit with a barrage of punches and couldn't even fathom what happened until it was already done? That's what Kuzan was doing to the Straw Hats post time skip. Now, do I think he is doing that to current day Zoro and Egghead? No. I believe Zoro puts up way better of a fight now than he does post time skip. So let's go to the fight in Egghead with Kuzan and Garp. One thing that has been stated in Wano by Kaido himself is that haki is the best. You cannot rule the world with devil fruits. Only haki can you come out on top, because Roger did not have a devil fruit. He reigned with pure haki. And in that fight with Kuzan and Garp, something to take note of is that Kuzan froze Garp completely. Something that he's done to many people in the past, and something he did to Garp, and Garp casually broke out of it with pure will, which aka haki. Now, we all know that Zoro had a haki bloom in Wano, not just any type of haki bloom, Conqueror's haki. He finally is aware of it. For the longest, he just wasn't aware. He would always act dumb when people would comment on his colors of Supreme Haki. And it would be disingenuous to say that Kuzan can take out Zoro quickly with just by freezing him or any type of ice attack, because not only does Zoro have something that can not only just negate his attack with haki, but also slice through with his techniques as a swordsman through his ice. I don't believe that Kuzan can take out Zoro within minutes. It would have to take, now I'm not going to say that Zoro's going 14 days of fighting with Kuzan like he did with Akainu, I believe it will go very shortly. And let me say this, I do believe Zoro loses, but I don't think that Kuzan wins just easily. It would have to be a mid-diff at best. So now that I made those couple of points, that not only does Zoro have Conqueror's Haki, he has the sword techniques, and he also has the feat of who knows what he could have done if that attack landed on Kaido on the rooftop, if Big Mom didn't tell him to dodge, and if Kaido wasn't thinking logically in that moment, because, you know, sometimes Kaido doesn't think logically. He's just like, fuck it, I'll take the attack. I'm him, which isn't always the logical thing to do. You can say that's, you know, being kind of stupid in that moment. So, and I want to bring in another point from Egghead that, yes, Zoro did not take out Rob Lucci in that fight in Egghead. It was very disappointing. I was expecting more, especially because in the beginning of the Luffy and Kizaru fight, he said, hey, look, we're 3 times stronger, 100 times stronger than we were in Sabaody, which is true. So for Zoro to almost be in a stalemate with Rob Lucci and to do a final attack and Rob Lucci still be standing is absurd. I believe that he should have took Rob Lucci out, no problem, because that is a past villain from past villain that Luffy had to fight. So you should be no different him. But I'm not the creator of the story. I'm just a fan. I'm just an observer. So I have to be objective here. But where I want people to look at it objectively is that Zoro has grown a lot since not only Sabaody, but since the last time he's seen Kuzan. That he would definitely not, I'd said in the comments debating with another fan that he would take a limb from Kuzan. I think I was being a bit disingenuous, but I definitely believe that he would do damage to Kuzan to the point where he would actually have to lock in. You know how when you're playing a video game and you're sitting back and you're casually playing, and then somebody just comes and makes you have to get up from that leaning back position and actually take the fight serious? That is what Zoro would do to Kuzan. And I believe in the future, not only Kuzan, but Kizaru or Green Bull, and I'm forgetting, Fujitora, he will definitely be a threat to those admirals. I don't think Akainu, because that's more of a fight that, if not Luffy, Sabo will be reserved for them. But as the vice captain of Luffy's crew, I think that Zoro will definitely have to be able to be a competitor for those 4 admirals. Anyways, that's enough yapping for me. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I wanted to talk One Piece because sometimes in the comment section I just hate typing everything out. I just wanted to speak like as if I was talking to somebody else about the subject. So if you disagree, let me know in the comments below, and if you agree, let me know why. And I want to continue to make more One Piece videos and anime videos, and just, you know, kind of talk to. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, and hit the post notification bell so you can always get notification of my videos popping up. And I'll be back at you with the next video. I'm out. Peace.